Hey, y'all, welcome from the Bayou to the world. Y'all come on in, grab a seat. Roasted duck tonight. Okay, so duck generally done in a pot roast or something of that nature. We're going to oven roast it tonight. Bonus, I'm going to show you how to get it done so you can do it on a weeknight. Get it done in about 45 minutes from start to finish. We're going to be featuring some incredible products from the Steens company. All gratin potatoes in these wonderful my little casseroles I love so much. This is going to be a fantastic show. It's going to be delicious. You don't want to miss it. The coffee's on. Come on in, sit down. Duck, baby, canard. Welcome back to From the Bayou to the World. I'm Kurt. Come on in my kitchen, have a sit down, grab you a little something to drink. We're doing duck tonight. One of my absolute favorite proteins. You probably hear me say that a lot, but it's true. I love duck. We're doing a domestic duck. There's one you buy at a store. I don't have any wild ducks right now. My friends who go hunting all the time left me a little short-handed, but that's okay. No problem. They sell them at the store. This is a Muscovy duck. The Muscovy ducks are the big black and white ducks you see around people who raise ducks in their yards. They have the lid red and the, the, the bill with the hook on the end of it. That's a Muscovy duck. And that's what this is. Muscovy ducks are raised for butchery because they furnish so well. Look at the size of this breast, the size of the legs. They furnish so much meat for the animal, and it's delicious. It doesn't have that wild flavor, and it doesn't have. It's not nearly as tough as a wild duck, obviously, because it doesn't exercise as much. But still, it's still a relatively tough meat. And normally, when you take roasted duck, well, this is going to be 2 or 3 hours of cook time and all the rest of it. It's got to get tender, and there's so much I got to do. I'm going to show you how to get past most of that. It's going to take you a little bit of time, but it's going to be worth it in the end. We got to thank our sponsors, Gilbert's Greatest Foods Makers of Louisiana Love. If you ain't cooking with Louisiana Love, you ain't loving what you're cooking. Get you some. It's all over the place. Rouse's, Champagnes, Karshner's, everywhere. And we got to thank the Steens company, Mr. Jimmy. I ran into him the other day, and he was kind enough to send me some of his products, 2 of which I have not tried yet. They're pepper jellies. They have a hot and a mild. The red's the hot, the green's the mild. But this stuff right here, this is cane vinegar. This is a byproduct of making syrup, making cane syrup. It's vinegar. This is one of the best products I've ever used. I've been used. If you've watched our other show, Grilling with the Guru, you know that I've been hooked on this stuff for a very long time. And something else we're going to be using tonight is Louisiana Love Potion number 10, Flavor from Within. This is our injector marinade. Normally when you buy injectors in a jar, it's full of water and all that stuff. This comes in a powder. You mix it yourself, and you have fresh injector marinade whenever you are ready. It's not sitting in a shelf all done. It's ready to go. And it's stored so easily. If you don't want to use it, this is a zipper top bag. So if you don't want to use the whole thing, you can use what you need, zip up the rest, use it for later. It is so good. I'm going to show you some injector techniques. In addition to that, we're going to use, look, I got these for free, and I've been waiting to use these things. These some little crock pots from Le Creuset. I bought something in Le Creuset not long ago, and they was having some promotion, so I got 2 of these things for free. Well, I grabbed them. This is going to be perfect. We're going to mix some little gratin potatoes in there. We're going to slice them real thin. We're going to be using this thing called a mandolin. We're going to talk about that in a second. We're going to put them in there and cook them up real nice, brown them up, have some cheese and some cream in there. They're going to be delicious. And just to say we had some vegetables, we're going to get some haricots verts, which is some green beans. And we're going to saute some green beans, and we're going to finish them with a little bit of this pepper jelly to give them a sweetness and a little bit of spice on the end. This is going to be a really, really good dish. We're going to use a sous vide technique to help you get this duck done so where you could get it on the table in about 45 minutes so you can have this during the week. We're going to take a little break. When you come back, we're going to get into injecting this duck and talking more about sous vide and all the rest of this stuff. Well, come on back. We'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back to From the Bayou to the World. Come on in, grab a seat. We're going to shoot up a duck, and I don't mean with a gun. That's usually been done already by the time I get it. So, no, we're going to shoot them up with an injector, okay? So this is a big old fancy injector. I love it. It's great. If you have one of the plastic one, the normal syringes, that's fine. Whatever you have, use it. We're using Louisiana Love Potion number 10. This is our dry injector marinade. It comes like this, and you mix it in water, and you have a nice fresh batch of marinade. It's not that stuff been sitting on the shelf since last Thanksgiving. So look, you just go in. So look, we're going to talk about a couple of techniques for injecting, especially birds. So you want to keep the skin intact. So if I start prodding in here and here and here and here, I'm piercing that skin and I'm going to lose some valuable moisture. Now, in a little while, I'm going to end up pricking the skin, but for a different reason, and you're gonna see why. But the best way for chicken, turkey, duck, I don't care what it is, you do it from inside. So look, I'm going to spin this around. I'm going to see if we can get a good shot here. So look, just right where the breast meets the skin, you just go in there like that. And you see, there's no needle poking out anywhere. But the tip of the needle is right here. So when I start injecting, see that? Look at that. That's all staying inside. So without pulling the needle completely out, I'm going to back it out. Then I'm going to reposition in another area. So I'm going to just go in like a 10-degree angle. I'll give it a shot there. I'm going to pull out, and I'm going to go back in at a 10-degree angle from the other side from where I started. I don't want to stay as close to the bone or right in the middle of the meat as you can. Try not to pierce the skin, and give it another couple shots. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Go in right here, stay close to the bone. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, you see these knots? That's where all the seasoning is concentrated right now. It's going to dissipate. You got to give it a little while, 20 minutes or so. So you continue to do that. You're going to take your injector, and I'm going to show you this too for the legs. This is a great technique for the legs and the thighs. Works especially good on chicken. So I'm going to just come in here. I'm going to find me a little spot right there. And you got to be careful because you can stick yourself right there. And I could go all the way in past the leg joint into the thigh. And I could start to inject. Just like that. And the reason why you want to do it that way too, the more holes you have, that's more of the liquid that could back out as it cooks. As you cook, the muscles will contract, the muscle fibers will contract, and it'll squeeze everything out. So you want as few holes as you could possibly get away with. And you want to do that all over the duck, all over the bird. You could come, if you don't think you got the thighs good enough, come in here, right here on this side, inside the cavity, give it a couple right there. Go alongside the breast to get to the wing. Find you a little spot. If you find some resistance, don't push until you get through. You're probably on a bone, so just kind of watch it, and give it a couple like that. And that's all there is to it. This gives you flavor on the inside without having to waste time brining and all the rest of this stuff. So then we're going to sous vide. So what does that mean? So Matt's going to show you some sous vide, some footage right now. Sous vide is French for under pressure. So what that means is we're going to take our duck and we're going to put it in a bag. We're going to vacuum seal the bag, and we're going to put it in a hot bath with a machine that keeps it at a very specific temperature for as long as we want. In this case, we're doing 170 degrees. That's pretty hot. But why do I want 170 degrees? When I put this on this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, it sat there all day. We started shooting at 6 o'clock. This is 12 hours. That duck is fall apart. It's not fall apart tender, but it's nice and tender. All I have to do is brown it now. and put my wonderful Steens pepper jelly glaze that we're going to make in a little bit on there. So it makes life real simple. I can prepare this the night before, vacuum seal it in the bag, let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. In the morning before I leave, I put it in my bath and I let it sit there all day, and it's cooked. All I have to do is brown it. So simple. It's a great technique. If you don't have a vacuum seal machine, you can use a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, zipper type bag. You drop your protein in there, and you seal all but a little corner up, and then you're going to take this and you're going to submerge it in water. You're going to put some water in your sink, and you're going to put this down, and it's going to push all the air out. And when you get right at the top, just zip it closed. It works great. It doesn't work quite as good as vacuum seal, because when you vacuum seal, it sucks you get in contact all over the place. But the zipper bag technique works great. So hey, we're going to take a little break. Come on back. We're going to get into our potatoes. We're going to talk about our pepper jelly glaze. We still got much to do, but this is going to be good. So we're going to see you in a little bit. Come on back. From the Bayou to the world. Welcome back to From the Bayou to the World. We are working on a roasted duck feast featuring Steens family products. So we work on now is little potatoes au gratin. You could call them scallop potatoes, whatever. So basically what it is, and if you watched our other show, Grilling with the Guru, and you should have, you saw that we did a version of this on our last episode. This is going to be a little dressed up, a little different than that, but it's going to follow very much the same principle. So we got 3 little russet potatoes right here. And I used a wide peeler to peel them down. You didn't have to peel them, but I wanted to peel them a little bit better presentation, easier to cook. So why is this called a wide peeler? Well, I'll tell you why. It's shaped like a Y. That's why. Cut the end off. And then this is a mandolin, right? So do you have to have a mandolin to do this? No. But it sure makes life easy. And it's set on a very thin setting, so that I just want, see that? This is about 2 millimeters. Kurt, I'm not going to measure that. You don't have to. You want it translucent. You hold it up to the light, you can see the light through it. It's translucent. I can see my finger on the back side, right? Straight into some room temperature or cold water. Now, I'm doing this without the guard on. Please be careful. And I'm doing this just for demonstration purposes, right? Be careful. Be careful. When you get to the end like that, potatoes are not expensive. Don't cut your finger. Throw it away. Throw that away. See, they slip. Got to be careful. Throw that away. And we're going to take that. Let me move this to the side. And they're going to go right in the water. Just like that. So the reason why we're doing this is we want to take a lot of the starch off. And you can see it right here. Matt's got a good shot for that milk. That water's already turning a milky, opaque color. That's where you want to get that starch out. So I'm going to let them sit for a few minutes. Now I'm going to pour that water out, put some more cold water in, rinse them, and it should be pretty clear. Then I'm going to drain them, and I want to dry them. And dry them on paper towels or a clean kitchen towel. Whatever but you want them really dry. Why? Because moisture, this will not crisp until the moisture goes away. And the more moisture I have to cook out, the longer it's going to take. Into these little crocks, we're going to make a little cream sauce to go in there so it tastes lovely. So we're going to have a little pot like this. I have a cup of cream in the pot. And this is all off the stove so far. We're going to put it on the stove. I have a half cup of dry white wine, like Chardonnay or Sauvignon Blanc, something like that. And then I have a mess of fresh herbs that I picked from my little garden outside. I get it from the store. So we have thyme. And I don't need to chop these up because I want just the flavor. I have thyme. I have marjoram. I have oregano, and of course, some rosemary. Watch the rosemary. It's very tough, very strong, very woodsy, very piney. So be careful. And then I'm going to just take this. I'm going to put it on the stove. I'm going to let it come to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, I'm going to reduce it to a simmer. But I don't want to add any type of, normally when you see us do this, we add a thickener, cornstarch and water or something like that, some type of bonding agent, flour and water, whatever. I don't want to do that. The potatoes are plenty starchy for me, so I don't have to worry about that. So the way this is going to work is once I dry the potatoes, I'm gonna grease my little crocks really well. Then I'm gonna just layer my potatoes in there. After I dry them, I'm gonna put a little oil on them, season them, and I'm gonna layer them in the crocks. And I'm gonna pour that cream on top of it, and in the oven they go for about 45 minutes. Then I'm gonna take the lids off, add some cheese, and brown the tops. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. I'm telling you, it's gonna be good. Great. Let's take a little break. When you come back, we gotta talk about our duck. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Come on back. Hey, y'all back. How y'all do? Come on in. While y'all on break, we took out of our potatoes. So we laid them out on some paper towels like you see. We patted them nice and dry. If you see anything shiny, it's still wet. So pat them, get them nice and dry. Then we put them all in a bowl. Put a little bit of neutral oil or olive oil or whatever you have. Put some oil, season them up well, toss them. Be careful when you toss them; they're brittle. They're gonna if you're too rough with them, they're gonna snap. And then we layer them in our little crocks. So you see the potatoes themselves are smaller than the size of the crock. So it's called shingling. We just lay them one on top of the other, lay them all around till we got to the top. Poured our nice little cream on top. Put the lids on, and we popped them in the oven. And when we're ready to brown them, we're gonna top them with a little cheese and let them go. So our duck's been in our sous vide all day long for 12 hours. You only need about 8 hours, but hey, go the distance. So I told you earlier, we don't want to pierce the skin because we don't want to lose all that good moisture. However, the sous vide, cooking in the sous vide at 170 degrees in that hot water bath, all of our work is done by the skin. Now I want to get it crisp. So I'm gonna take a fork and listen. Don't go. This isn't a murder scene, right? I just want to see. Look, it just pierce, just barely, barely. So what this is going to do is allow the remaining fat to render out of the skin and allow that skin to get nice and crisp. So what we're going to do now is season the outside, and we're going to blast it in a very hot oven. So it's cooked. All we're going to do is brown it. All we have to do is brown it. So I dried it off with a little paper towel because it was full of moisture. I'm going to just a little bit olive oil. Little bit olive oil, a neutral oil, whatever you have. Spread that. We're going to get a little Louisiana love. And right on top, we got to have some love on that skin, baby. Oh, we need that crispy skin. Just like that. That's it. Now it's going in the oven. 425, 450 degree oven. It's going to take about 6 minutes. If you can get enough distance between your broiler and the pan, use the broiler. Because all we want to do is brown this. Just cook. If I would pull on that leg right now, it'd come right out. Right in there. Get in there, you. Ooh, our little potatoes are doing good. I can smell it. All right, let's talk about it. I told you we was going to have a glaze. So let's talk about it. In my little orange bowl right here, I have some of this Steens cayenne pepper gel. This is the hot version. It has habanero peppers in it. It is absolutely delicious. It's got a little something, okay? Got a little kick. I need to balance the sweetness and the pepper. And I want to use some. So we have sugar. We have heat. So I want to add some sour. Okay? Little bit of cane vinegar. So I have about 3 tablespoons of pepper jelly in there. I just put about 2 teaspoons, close to a tablespoon of cane vinegar. I'm going to stir that up. Got to put a little seasoning in there. Not to put a little seasoning in there. Not too much. I want the salt, but I need to be careful. I don't want to overdo it. Don't want to overdo it. Let's see what we got. Oh boy, this is gonna be good. So we're gonna call it an even tablespoon of cane vinegar. 3 tablespoons of hot pepper jelly, 1 tablespoon of cane vinegar, and about a teaspoon of Louisiana Love, the original. Okay, just like that. So the secret to this is you got to get you a little brush, comme ça, and I'm gonna start. Get off of there, you. I'm gonna start basting. I'm gonna start painting that duck. Okay, start painting it. I want to let it sit in there for about a minute or two right now, kind of dry out, start to get crisp. And I'm gonna come right back with this pepper jelly, and I'm gonna paint it. And I'm gonna let it roast. And I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna let it roast. And I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna let it roast. I'm gonna continue to do that 3 or 4 times. And what'll happen is the liquids will start to evaporate out of this glaze, and it's gonna form almost like a candy. Okay, really savory, sticky, just so good. It just the flowing. The salivation glaze, they flowing. Oh, I can't even talk about it. So that's gonna be our glaze. Our green beans are gonna be real simple. All we're gonna do is saute them in a little bit of butter, a little bit of seasoning, and we're gonna use some of just straight from the jar, about 2 or 3 tablespoons of the green pepper jelly, which is the mild one, just so we can continue our theme throughout the entire course of the meal. So listen, plate up is the next. Come on back. We got a beautiful plate up for you. This is going to be a fantastic meal, and this is a meal you can make on any weeknight or weekend, whatever you choose. See you in a couple minutes from the Bayou to the world, baby. Welcome back to Bayou to the world. Look. How beautiful is this? Look, man, fantastic. So we have our incredibly tender sous vide duck that we glaze with this incredible Steens pepper jelly. We made a wonderful glaze using the cane vinegar and the pepper jelly. We have our green beans we just sauteed, added a little bit of the mild pepper jelly too, made a wonderful presentation in butter, nice and dark. Our gratin potatoes and my cute little casseroles I got, my little thing. So easy, so good. And when I tell you this thing is tender, watch. Fork tender. I'm not kidding. Fork tender. I take a bite. Thank you for joining us for this episode of From the Bayou to the World. We loved having you. Come on by anytime. The door's always unlocked. Coffee's always on. Thank you, Steens Company. We love you.